the release of this Angular new framework, which is the version 17, and then you really want to understand most of the things that have changed from the older version to the new version, which they are migrating to a newer development style and then enhancements more than the other ones, which was a bit good but complicated. They are trying to make it more better. So if you are here and then you want to really know what is going on in Angular 17, I've been testing and I've been learning and I've been working around it for some few weeks now, and then I think I want to share a little bit of the experience and what some of the whole thing is. But if you are new to the concepts, let me just run you through what Angular really means and what frameworks really means. So basically, Angular is one of the most popular, JavaScript frameworks for building client-side application. That's, single page applications for mobile and then desktop and all those things. And then basically, framework is like a platform for developing software applications. Okay, that's what we term as framework. And then Angular itself, it's a framework of JavaScript. That's a JavaScript framework. So we have the React, you have the Vue, client side. The client side actually uses JavaScript, the web JavaScript from PHP down to JavaScript, and this JavaScript you are using now. So Angular is JavaScript's framework, okay, but now in the new 17 is now TypeScript with Angular. Okay, right now we are using TypeScript in Angular, which TypeScript was built upon JavaScript. So JavaScript is the mother of TypeScript. JavaScript allows you to do some things with no restrictions, but with TypeScript it's very tight and it's very strict in what to do. For example, if you want to declare a variable, okay, which is a string, a number, or whether a boolean or whatever it is, you need to type it and indicate strictly that yes, this particular declaration or this particular variable is for a number or is for a string or is for a boolean and whatsoever. Okay, so now let's get right into some of the basic things that we'll be looking at. But before then, if you want to start the server, okay, in Angular is what the save. We are going to save the browser, we are going to save the client. Okay, so let's save and then let's look at what we have in this pretty code I have over here. So let's save. Okay, then let's dive into some of the areas I want us to look at today. So let's just open. So once you install, let's check the link and then let's see what we have over there. So yeah, this is pretty much something I just did off my head just to make this tutorial a bit understandable and easy to go. So this obviously a button that you need to click before you pop up a message, okay, but we are going to look at some basic stuff before we dive into the code itself in other videos. So please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel because I'll be releasing much of Angular tips from the Angular 17 to you guys. Okay, so the things that have changed, it's now a standalone. As you see it over here, it's now a standalone, like the periods that depends. Okay, so it's now a standalone component. Okay, and then if you want to call components, you import them. If you want to use this component somewhere else, you export them. So what are dependencies? Okay, so you could hear, if you're a developer or you are new to the system, you've been hearing dependency. So someone will ask, what are dependencies? So dependencies are simply the scope developments which run and execute only in development mode, which are the local ones, and then you can find these particular dependencies inside the package.json. Okay, so let's extend this source and then let's locate the package.json which we have over here. So basically, when you are installing or when you are trying to create a particular environment within the Angular framework, you need to first of all install some dependency which the application is going to be depending on locally, okay, at the local stage when you are running to see whatever is going on. So these are the dependencies, okay, that you need to install. So whatever thing you do in the terminal, whatever installation you do from the terminal are always going to be here. You will see the types, you will see TypeScript, you will see the versions and so many other things, the version of the application. So that's how applications are being named with version. So you see version 0.0.0, okay. So when you name and then maybe you change some feature, then you give it another version, maybe version 1. So and so, and this version 02 and other things. So this is some of the dependency we need. So where we type the ng, okay, this actually comes with Angular. That's if you want to save the browser, this particular ng save is the command I just ran. If you want to build, you use the ng build. If you want to watch, use the n. If you want to test, you use all these commands, these dependencies, okay. These are the things you need to be able to run your Angular application successfully, and then you need to install these dependencies before you be able to. So the current version now is what, 17.0.0. when they release 18, is going to be changed to 18 point this and this and that. That's how the naming is being. So anything you use is actually falling and concentrating on these particular packages or these particular dependencies we have over here. So the angular.json, it's another particular place, and then this is where the config file used by Angular CLI, okay. So the CLI is for command line interface, okay, to manage versions, settings and then options for Angular projects. So where is that particular what package? And then this is it over here. This is the Angular what config file where you config anything at all you want to do, okay. The version of the application, the project, whatever the application. There are so many routes. If you want to change the source, the prefix, the app, if you want to change anything you want to change about, this is the config file. This is where everything is being sewn on. So this is where you come to config, change the pre-render to force through, whatever you need to do. But as a beginner, as there's nothing you need to change over here until you are building a more complex application. Though Angular is for more complex single page applications. So if you are building a huge project or a huge application, I will advise you use Angular. But if it's a small project, a mini project, there's no way using Angular. You can use React or any other, because they can manage small components of what applications. But if you're building a very vast, large web or mobile, whatever it is, Angular is the best. So this is what. So why TypeScript and why not JavaScript? So we are using TypeScript in Angular because, so let's go look at what the previous language, programming language it's dependent on now is now TypeScript. So what is JavaScript? It's obvious JavaScript is a powerful client-side scripting language, and then these are some of the features it has, okay. It's used mainly for enhancing the interaction of a user with the web page. So the buttons you click by liking, the buttons you click by subscribing, and all those things are from what? JavaScript. They make this particular buttons functional, that when you click it responds to the backend, then the backend takes the action and then hits it back to you to see that, oh okay, yeah, you've subscribed. So it's the one making that particular interaction for you to be able to do what? Get your hand on whatever you want to do, interact with the application very well. So application of JavaScript can be seen in diverse fields, okay. JavaScript is used in so many fields, and then some are gaming, web development, server development, and robotics, among others. So it plays a really pivotal role, okay, in so many Applications. Okay, so someone will ask, why JavaScript? JavaScript is an open source. Okay, that's where you see on GitHub. Okay, on GitHub we have so many people who contribute into the development or the betterment of the programming language. So everybody contributes. Once you have a really good idea of something, some puzzle, you just have to do develop that and then commit it to GitHub, and then their team will just pick it up and then work around it and do what they have to do with it. Okay, so it also enhances user interaction, as I explained earlier on. Wide range of frameworks. So you see we have the Vue, the React, the Angular, and other so many, the JS, the so many frameworks that you can think of. Okay, then also it offers high speed. It offers high speed, not compared to Angular, but it offers high speed, not compared to TypeScript, but it offers high speed. Cross-browser compatible, so you see you can find JavaScript in all the browsers. Okay, all the browsers you can think of, JavaScript is running over there. Simple things are done simply, rather than typing every hard code. There's just some few syntaxes and then some few things you need to put in place, and then you are good to go. So let's talk about TypeScript. What is TypeScript? TypeScript is basically a type superset of JavaScript. Like I said earlier on, it's built upon JavaScript. All JavaScript codes is actually valid. Okay, it's actually valid just as TypeScript codes. Okay, so anything in JavaScript is valid in TypeScript. TypeScript adds a lot of new features on top of that. So that's it for the TypeScript. It adds more features to it. So it's like you buying a car and then adding more features or kind of things to it, so that someone can use it more effectively or something of that sort. Okay, and then all TypeScript code complies to JavaScript code. So when typing in TypeScript, you probably think you are typing in TypeScript, but it's being compiled back to JavaScript, because the web actually understands, and JavaScript is for the web. Even though what we type over here are not being read or are not being understood by the web, JavaScript helps the compiler to do let the browser or the computers or the servers wherever they are know that yes, we are talking to you. So why TypeScript? Why do you think we are using TypeScript in Angular version 17? So earlier on, it supports JS libraries and APIs. That's for Angular. Uses OPP, techniques, better development time to support additional features to JavaScript. And then, so what are some of the advantages of TypeScript over JavaScript? TypeScript points out compilation errors during at every runtime of your development. So when you make an error right now, it's going to tell you that, oh, okay, you are making an error, do it this way, and then you'll be good to go. So that's what TypeScript for us. It gives you the command of what you are doing. If it is wrong, it let you know. If it is bad, it let you know. If it is good, it let you know. That's what TypeScript does. Okay, all right. It supports strongly typed and typing, and then better features like interfaces, generics, and more others. So TypeScript has so many features. Okay, we have the types, we have the interfaces, we have the generics, which inherits from other components or other declaration or other functions. Okay, and then so many other functions. And then in normal JavaScript, you can see over here that it's at if and at else. In normal JavaScript, you just use the if this so and so, and then you are good. So the difference between TypeScript and JavaScript are, first of all, TypeScript, it's an object-oriented programming language. Okay, and then JavaScript is a client-side scripting language. TypeScript supports strongly typed or static typing feature. And then JavaScript does not support strongly type or static typing, because you can do anything you want to do. Though there are restrictions to some, but you can do anything freely without it checking, because it's directly communicating. But with TypeScript, you need to specify the particular variable you are declaring, the type of it, whether it's a string, whether it's a boolean. You need to do what? Define it. Errors are highly lighted at the right time of what the development. Errors are highly lighted at runtime. So TypeScript converted into JavaScript, then run on browsers. Like I said earlier on, when you run TypeScript, when you code in TypeScript, it compiles it to JavaScript before running it on the browser. And you can imagine the seconds it used to take to do all those things. But in JavaScript, runs directly on browsers. JavaScript runs directly on browsers. TypeScript supports prototyping. JavaScript does not support prototyping. TypeScript supports models and generics to define data, and then JavaScript do not support models and generics. So the big difference here in TypeScript and JavaScript is, in JS, which is JavaScript, an assigned value known its type automatically. So if it's a string, number, or boolean, it knows already. But in TypeScript, you need to explicitly or define the type of what variable assigned, and that's strict checking. So guys, this is our first episode of the Angular 17. I'll be dropping more of these with examples and how to arrange, how to install, and all those things. So please, if you want to know this and you want to stick with me, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and then we do this next time. Take care, and then I'll see you in the next